Hey, this is Adam Knackers, your funnel coach. And in this video, what I'm going to be explaining to you is how to stand out online, how to stand out from your competition so you can attract a consistent flow of new customers and clients for your business. All right. And the overarching concept that I'm really going to be explaining here, there's three keys to this, three keys to what's called attraction marketing. And the key part of this concept, the word, what really should be etched in your mind is the word attract. Okay, because if you observe most businesses, what most businesses do in their online marketing, on social media and their advertising, etc., is they're leading with a sales pitch. Everything's about themselves, their business. Like, for example, realtors. If you ever just observe what most realtors do on social media, they'll talk about how they're the best agent in the area. Their brokerage is the number one brokerage in the area. Everything's about themselves, right? That is the best way to repel your audience. All right. So understanding this fundamentally is the best. If you just understand, like, to be attractive, instead of making it about yourself, you need to make it about your intended target audience. And you do that, number one, by rather than leading with a sales pitch or leading with how great your business or how great you are, you lead with value. Okay. And when I'm referring to value, I'm referring to something of value that you can offer to your audience that's irresistible. This actually leads me right into number two, which is you need to create what's called irresistible offer. Okay? So something of value that's irresistible that you can offer your audience. All right? So when you see offer, you might be thinking, okay, Adam, you mean I need to have a product or service? Actually, no. Most of the time, this is something you offer for free. That's irresistible as a way to bring your intended audience, attract your intended audience into your world. You can think about fishing is a good analogy. When you fish, you throw out bait, right? It's sort of similar. You want to put something out there that's attractive, that's going to naturally, of course, it's going to stand out from the crowd, but it's going to attract your intended audience, right? Remember, the key here is to stand out, but stand out in an attractive way. If you just take a picture of yourself naked running around in front of your business, you might be standing out, but that's not attractive, right? At least most of the time it isn't, right? So you need to stand out by having an attractive, irresistible offer. So I'll give you an example. One of my clients is a financial advisor. They have built their entire business with this attraction marketing model. Their free offer is actually a free Medicare workshop. Every month they announce 5 new workshops that they're hosting in their local area. They present this to their audience and they fill these up easy, right? So people see them, right? They're generally in the age of around 63, 64. They're in that time of life where the Medicare decision is approaching and they're overwhelmed. So they're like, hell yeah, I'll attend a workshop. They go there. It's 2 hours of free content that answers all of their questions, right? Instantly eliminates all the confusion so they know exactly what they need to do to enroll. And guess who they go to then when it's time to enroll? And even down the road when it's time to plan for their retirement, they go to my client, right? Because guess how many financial advisors have this type of offer? None of them. So like I said, this is how they're standing out with an irresistible, attractive offer. Okay? Really, really important. If you want to stand out, don't make it about yourself, make it about your audience. So just to give you some other examples, like if you're an online business, you don't necessarily have to host like a live in-person event. You can create like a free guide. Like if I was a realtor, a great offer would be, let's say I love fishing, for example. And there's a bunch of lakes in your area. You could put together like a 2 or 3 page guide to a fishing guide to all the lakes in your area. Like which lakes are the best for fishing, which spots on the lakes are best, which time of years, what tackle to use, etc. You could, all you need to do is use Google. Google has a free app called Google Docs. You can create the thing in a matter of like an hour, publish it as a PDF, all that's free. And now you have this free guide that you can offer to your audience. That obviously is going to set you apart. Again, think about that. How many realtors are doing something like that? Right? 99% of them are just talking about how great they are. If you're the realtor that has the fishing guide and you're marketing it to an audience of people who love fishing, which that's a topic for another video. Like I actually specialize in social media advertising, like Facebook ads. You can get that offer, that fishing guide. You can literally just through the advertising platform, just choose people who love fishing as an interest. So you can get that offer just in front of those people. Think about how powerful that is. In no other era did we have this incredible ability to get our offers in front of our intended audience than we have now with the internet. It's unbelievable, right? But the key is You need to have an irresistible offer. You can't make it about yourself. You need to make it about your audience, create something valuable that's irresistible that you can offer them. Okay, and then once you've done that, the last piece to this is to create what's called a sales funnel. So again, I'll just use that same example. All right, so let's say you're a financial planner, you're hosting some kind of in-person workshop. You can also do this online. You can host what's called a webinar, which is basically an online version of a training, right? Where people can actually register and then consume the actual training in the comforts of their own home at their computer, right? I have other clients that also do that. In-person events is just one example, but there's a number of irresistible offers in different formats. I mean, you can create like a free video series. You could create a free checklist or PDF or whatever you want to do. The key is it needs to be something irresistible. It needs to be something valuable, right? But to kind of illustrate what a sales funnel is then, all right? So with this financial planner example is their audience is sitting on Facebook, right? So I'm just going to draw little people that represent their audience and they're on Facebook, okay? What we do is at the beginning of each month, we set up little ads that announce these new workshops. So they have some copy here at the top that says, hey, the Medicare decision is approaching. If you're confused, we have good news. We're hosting 5 new workshops in the area this month. In order to save your seat, click the link below to RSVP now, right? So this is an ad that they see, right? They click on it. So we're naturally showing this ad to these people, right? They see the ad, they click, and that takes them to what's called an opt-in page or a registration page that just restates the offer. It says, great, if you're interested in these workshops, all you need to do is fill out the form below to RSVP now, right? So they fill out the form, they enter their information, because that's the other benefit to setting up a funnel is it allows you to actually capture your contact's information so they become a lead and then you can follow up. So what happens is they enter their information here and then they land on what's called a thank you page that just confirms what the action they just did. So it says, thank you for saving your seat. Your spot is confirmed at the workshop. The details have been sent to your email below. So in addition, we automatically send an email. So email 1 is just a welcome email. It says, again, just confirms their spot. It says, hey, thanks for registering. Your spot is confirmed. Below are the details, date and time. Stay tuned to your email inbox as we'll be sending you more reminders in advance of the date. So then what we do is a day before we send them another email that says, hey, your workshop is only a day away. Make sure you have marked it on your calendar. Here again are the details. And then we send one more email like an hour before. Again, that's just another reminder. And all of this makes up the sales funnel, and all of it is automatic. You set it up once and it's there, continuing to convert the audience that you're attracting through your ad into leads that go on your email list, are sent the emails, and then they actually ultimately show up for the workshop, right? At the scheduled time. So this is just one example. If this was an online webinar, it would be basically the same thing. The ad would simply send them to a similar form where they opt in to register for the online event, and then they would actually just be sent at this, basically they'd be sent an email that would then send them to the actual live webinar room, the online webinar room at the time of their scheduled webinar, right? If let's say you were just offering a free report, the funnel would look the same. You'd have the ad that would go to the opt-in, and then on this page, it would say, thank you. Go to your email now to get your free report. And that email would be sent, and it would have a link to the report, right? And in this way now, you're actually able to follow up. And I'm sure if you've been in marketing or sales long enough, been in business long enough, you've heard the old adage, fortune is in the follow-up. 99% of the time, when a person makes that first touch with you, they're not going to become a customer, right? So you need to have this ability to follow up, because they say on average, it takes like 5 to 7 touches for a cold prospect to become a customer, right? So having a system like this in place actually gives you that ability to follow up and ultimately convert your intended audience into an actual client or customer. So now that you have this information, you can certainly go about implementing it. But for those of you that maybe have a little confusion, especially around this stuff, like how to come up with your offer and how to actually implement a sales funnel, fortunately for you, I put together a training below this video. There's a link. You can go there to get access to that training now. And then I want to encourage you, if you haven't yet, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I really bring the value here. I'm all about helping business owners grow their businesses using these online strategies. So make sure you stay tuned to my channel by subscribing. And then I look forward to helping you grow your business and seeing you in the next video.